Friends and family, thank you so much for tuning into Every Day's a Saturday with your host, Brian Roof. Hey, guys, we got a great, fun guest on today. He is a Marine Corps veteran. You may know him as Marine 1169 and gotten smoked by him in the game Call of Duty, or some of you may know him as Gunny. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Brian? How you doing?
Hey, can't complain. If I do, and no one else would care.
Yep, exactly. That's
So, hey, man, tell us a little bit about yourself, like how you became a Marine and all that good stuff.
Well, the way I became a Marine is way back in telling my age right now, 1994. Yeah, actually 93. Oh, wow. 93 when I was I graduated high school, and my family was always in the military. You know, my dad was in the Army at one time and everything. And then
You're aging well.
Yeah, thank you very much. I recently cut my hair, because I get all the grays and stuff, so I cut it bald. So it takes me down about 10 years. But
man, I look like I probably got 10 years on you, and I'm 10 years probably younger than you. So
40. I just turned 48.
Yeah, I'm 7 years younger than you.
Wow. Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 41.
Yeah. See, there you go. All right. Hey, we're still young. We definitely
right. All right, man. Sorry, I get off
that. But I started. I was always interested in the Marines, and used to go to the stop by the recruiting office and give the recruiter trouble, because I didn't want to take any information from them, and I was the one going to the office. And then eventually, I just decided to go ahead and join. Especially after I looked at my grades in college, I was like, nope, I gotta go. But I went and joined the Marines. I started off actually as an electrician in the Marines, and then throughout the years, deploying to different areas of the world and around the country and stuff. Got promoted, wound up picking up gunnery sergeant years later. And, going to Iraq, Afghanistan, Haiti, Kuwait, and, been to Germany, Uzbekistan. Damn, where else?
Damn, man.
Guatemala, and
you got some miles on yourself.
Romania, a few places, and everything. So I got to see that experience, see different people from around the world, experience the foods, the people, the culture, and I loved it. Right. So I wound up retiring in 2016. I was my last unit was 11th Marines artillery unit. I was part of the regiment engineer platoon. Stayed away from the whole infantry side, that side for like all those years, and then I want to be in my last unit, and that was the best unit. Being in and also being in division, that was like the best. And I was like, damn, how come I didn't experience this earlier in my career? But I did that, retired, and then I was a maintenance manager for a food company, my first job on the civilian side, and I hated every bit of it. But, everybody was just undisciplined. In my
right, yeah.
But
straight out of the Marine Corps, you're like, what the
for that long, it's like, yeah, exactly. And then wound up leaving there because they laid everybody off at the end of the year. But I got a great severance package for that amount of time I was there. And then wound up working for a trash company as a maintenance supervisor. Did that, hated every bit of that. That's a tough job, actually. Being one of those guys, the
hell yeah, I bet.
Pick up trash and stuff. They make a lot of money. But it's a crazy. It's tough. Lots of respect to them. And then
it's
a lot of respect. I wound up going to a different company, another food company, as a maintenance supervisor again, and worked there for a few years. And then, when the pandemic hit, I was still working. But
you were an essential, huh?
No, I had to. Yeah, I had to go to work. Because it was a food company, and everything. So
keep us fed, man.
Yeah, and well, yeah. especially with they had a lot of snacks. There's a lot of different types of foods though. And decided to, I over the years I was looking at streaming, even when I was in the Marine Corps. But I was scared to get in front of the camera and everything. So what I would do is turn the camera on like the Xbox, and then turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. And they had a thing that was up there called Mixer. And Mixer was a streaming platform on Xbox.
Oh, I know. I love that.
Yeah. I used to watch it.
I hate that they took it away.
Yeah. And I used to watch Queen Eliminator up there, who I met recently.
Nice.
And Rebels, and who I known for like the last 2.5 years. But I used to watch them back then, and it got me interested in like maybe I could do this. And I was like, nah, screw it. And then, but in April, or actually the March of 2020, I was talking to one of my old Marines, one of my old sergeants that I was in charge of, and I seen him on Twitch streaming back and forth. And so I said, "Hey, what are you doing? How do you do that? What do you need?" Blah, blah, blah. And so he told me and everything, all the equipment that I needed, and I kind of like started off small, a little bit of, a computer here, a laptop here, Xbox here, capture card. Started doing, utilizing that. And then I started jumping around to different platforms to find a platform that I liked. And then I seen that Facebook Gaming started a platform. And so I said, let me go ahead and try that. And I fell in love with it. So April 20 of 2020, that's when I first went live on Facebook Gaming. Didn't have anybody watching me. It used to be me, a laptop, my cell phone, and then on my computer I had another screen up so so it could look like there was 3 people watching me.
Right.
And I did that for at least a couple months. And then I was able to monetize on it, and I think I said that right. And then the first star that I had gotten was from a Marine. He stopped up there, and it was him and his wife, and they just kept dropping me stars, and I thought that was the best thing in the world. And it was like wow, and
motivation, huh?
Motivation. This is like maybe 4 months down the line after streaming, because there's a lot of ups and downs. Only people I used to get in that stream was trolls.
Yeah.
Look at this guy, a Marine. And they just say all sorts of stuff.
You were a target, I'm sure, at first.
Yeah.
People are brutal on there, man.
Yeah, they're brutal.
That's why you need those moderators and all that, huh?
Yeah, moderators. Facebook came out with different types of tools and stuff. Like it'll take out certain words.
Right, that's right. You can block out words. Yeah.
It's a lot of times it blocks out too many words, because I'm like, why did it block that out? And it's just like I'm still working on that list. But so many things there that you could do to protect yourself and stuff like that. And I actually did a video for Facebook on that and everything. They had me to do it like a public thing for them. But it took off in March 1st of 2021. Facebook reached out to me and asked me, it is back when it was an invite only, and they asked me if I wanted to look into being a partner with them, and I jumped right on it. And it was doing middle of a live stream. I was multitasking. I was dead in the game. Looked at my email, and I was just like, shocked.
Oh, you got smoked.
Yeah, and it just took off from there, and it's been a pleasure working with Facebook Gaming. It's my main platform, but I'm on other platforms to grow. But Facebook Gaming is my home. And it's been up and downs. When it comes to streaming, it's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of heartbreaks that you're gonna get, and there's gonna be a lot of wins.
Right.
And if it's something that you like, you just keep going on it. It's the first time that I can actually say it's doing it full time as a job, because I'm not just streaming. I'm also editing. I'm also coming up with different content, recording content on the side, doing different types of projects for Meta, and which Facebook Gaming and MetaQuest and Instagram falls underneath that. So I've done projects for all three of them. Attending events that they want me to go to, or that I love when they ask me to go to those events.
Networking time, huh?
Oh yeah, nothing but networking, but it's great. The people that you get, there's people there like at these events that I've been following for years. Here I am shaking hands with them and having a drink with them, and then just talking and networking. This is like, and then you see that person at the next event after that, and it becomes to like, hey, what's going on, brother? Or hey, what's going on, sis?
Yeah,
and it's like shaking hands, and it's just like normal. Hey, what's going on? Hey, before it was like, hey, can I get a picture with you?
Right.
But it's networking.
Yeah.
And and going to conventions and stuff like that. So it's something it's really, really busy. It's overwhelming at times. There's not enough time in a day. I love it.
So let me kind of tell you how I found you and stuff like that. So, I too love to game, loved gaming. Ever since I was a little kid, grew up, started off with Atari, then had a Nintendo, and just kept evolving with each and every console as it went. Even in the Marine Corps, I had a PS2 just hiding up in there, play some NCAA or some Madden. I was really into sports games, and we would have games against each other in the barracks and stuff like that. But anyways, the great thing about Facebook is there's the whole gaming side and streamers, man. So, I sometimes when you're just like, taking a crap or something, whatever, just going through, you want to watch a video or something, I start watching you guys, and I've came across you and it inspired me immediately because I was like, oh, he's a Marine. And, so that was point A. And then I was like, oh, he's playing COD. I love COD, so it just like evolved. And then after watching you, I like one thing that what makes me follow streamers is their interaction with the people that they're watching them, and how, because it's rough to watch someone who's just sitting there like, just playing the game the whole time.
Yeah.
And they're not really interacting with you. And you're like, hey, and I understand they're trying to play a game. And there's moments in time when they're not going to be able to interact with you. Right. But when you find those moments, you definitely do. And you do, like when you're playing solo, you're talking to, the people that are watching you. And that's what, that's where the engagement starts. So I started liking you, the fact that you were engaging and, I'd say, what's up, Gunny, Semper Fi or something like that. And, hey, what's going on, Brian? Welcome, and it's like, I do notice that you're trying to hit everybody as they're coming in. And that's a really rough thing to do. I don't think people realize that your brain's trying to function on one thing, but you're also trying to function on all these other things. You got a chat going, you got a stream going, and you got a game going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and hey, and thank you. But yes, that's very true. There's so many different things going on. Like I tell people, I said, if I miss your comment, because there's some people that get like
a little, yeah.
It's okay. Hey, relax. I got you.
Right.
It's like, if I miss your comment, I got 4 screens. I got my main screen with the game is playing, and I'm talking to the, my party, that I'm playing with, and I'm trying to, try not to die in the game. And then I got the chat on the side, and then I got my analytics and stuff that's, telling me how the stream is going, and if the stream dropped and all such stuff up there. And then I got over here all my alerts and everything going off, and what's coming, what kind of alerts are coming in. And then I got all the controls, 2 keyboards. Yeah, it's a lot. So my biggest thing to grow the community is talk to your community, because it's the community that makes you and stuff like that. And then I'm also looking for trolls in there sometimes, because we do get them, and I like to get rid of them right away. But sometimes I'll just get gunny on them and stuff like that.
Yeah. They hook you in once in a while, and you start playing with the dang trolls. They're like, oh, he got me.
Yeah,
that troll did his job.
Did his job and stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
sometimes the community loves it, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I just it like throws me off sometimes. But
Right.
sometimes I just want to release a little anger, so I'll just do it and then just leave it alone.
Yeah.
And it's part of the content too. So people, I sometimes I try to get that a little bit of that to them because it is part of the content,
Right.
and everything. But I don't like doing it all the time. But yeah, and also too, I like doing that because sometimes if I have mods in the stream, sometimes I don't because sometimes my mods are playing with me or
Yeah.
now 1, 2, 3 of them started streaming themselves, and so they're not there all the time.
Right.
Oh, and it's just like, okay, dang. So I gotta, also protect the community too, because sometimes those people get in there and sometimes they attack somebody in the community just for saying something. So I'm like, nah, you gotta go.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Time out for you.
time out, you gotta go. But yeah, but that's the way you grow the community and stuff. Is you have to talk to people. I mean, if it wasn't for, I call everybody the misfits. If it wasn't for the misfits, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
So let's tell everybody kind of what's your favorite games to play. I know, mostly I've watched you play Call of Duty, and I did see the new Harry Potter, which that looks pretty cool. So let's talk about all the games you like to play.
So obviously Call of Duty, that's my thing. But again, the new Harry Potter, they call it the Hogwarts. I got corrected on that. The Hogwarts.
My bad.
That's a great game. It is a great game, and it's you could get really sucked into it. But I like those type of games. I love games such as Mass Effect. I used to play that all the time. Fallout, all the Fallout games.
Yeah.
VR content. I'm trying to get more into VR content. As a matter of fact, that's what I was just on before this a meeting with a group meeting with Meta about VR content. So I'm really loving that. So
I did watch you do a little bit of some VR.
Yeah, and again, what you see on the screen is not what the actual person sees. I don't know if you ever try it.
No, I haven't. Not yet.
It's like, wow. But what you see on the screen is not as detailed and not as involving or to the actual person wearing the headset. So it's just like, wow.
Is that VR pretty cool, man? I mean, is it just next level type stuff or what?
It's really, really cool. Really, really cool. There's some of the games are there are some that you could tell that they were made a while back, but the most recent stuff, you're like walking around, you could pick up things, your cell phone or cans and throw it at a bird.
That's great.
Or something like that. Go and turn on the lights and you'll see the lights. And just the visual of it, it's like, this is real. This looks real. This looks almost real. But Fallout, I don't know if you ever played Fallout before. There's a game, Fallout 4, right? I played it, on the computer, on the Xbox and stuff like that. In the VR, it's like, wow. It's just like I'm talking to you like, hey, like I'm talking to my wife or something, but it's it's in that animation that they have it, but the person's in your face and it feels like they're in your face and you can walk around, look around, and
damn, people are gonna start getting PTSD from the VR, man.
yeah. But also too, they use video games in VR to help with PTSD, also too.
Is that right? Yeah.
That's a plus, yes. They've done that for years. On the military side, on like dealing with military vets that have PTSD due to war or whatever the situation is, mainly war.
See, I got out before a lot of that was because I was in during wartime. So I got out 2004.
Yep.
I imagine that they did start having to do a lot of things because a lot of the guys that may have stuck around and stayed in had, some issues from what they'd seen or what they've been through.
Right. And then once I heard that, I was like, see, I knew this stuff would be going places. Yeah, because they do that at like Wounded Warriors and stuff. Foundation. I know they utilized it. A lot of different places utilize it. There's a group called Stack Up. I don't know if you ever heard of them. It's a charity, military charity, and what they do is they send video games out to people that are deployed, that have PTSD, the game units and stuff like that. And I actually spoke to the founder of it. He was in the I think I know he was infantry in the army. I don't know exactly what unit, but I went to go visit him at their headquarters in LA and everything. And the amount of help that they give to veterans, period, just the house itself. They haven't had these type of houses around the country. But you can come there, hang out, stay. If like a couple days, if you're a veteran, you just need to stay for a couple days to get off the streets or something like that. And they have video games. You come near and get something to eat or whatever. But they Stack Up is always it's a huge military charity. Again, they send video game systems to people that's deployed, for units and stuff like that, just so that, they could have something to do while they're deployed. And it's the same thing with, like, when I was deployed to Iraq, on the base, Al Taqaddum in TQ, and I walked in and they had like Xboxes set up with Halo, so you can come in there and actually, go in there and so you're not too bored or whatever, or people that was transitioning through to go back to the States or coming into country, you could take a break, get your mind off of everything just for a little bit, go in there and play some Halo or whatever. And it's like that everywhere you deploy.
So that's that's the other thing with video gaming. I think a lot of people frown upon it, but they don't realize the benefit from it too. I mean, I know a lot of our wives and our girlfriends or whatever, don't like us being on the games, but they fail to realize we're not out at the bar or something of that nature. You know what I mean? And I've met some pretty cool people on gaming. I mean, to be honest with you, and they're from all walks of life, man, and all over the world. So there's not, so I think some people need to get out of the whole mindset of like, oh, he's a 41-year-old playing video games still. Like, no, hey, I'm having a great time. This is my way from everything, and my little time where I get to just let loose and have kind of fun. You know what I mean? It's great.
It's a place to come and relax your mind.
Yeah,
because your mind needs to take a break.
Sure.
It needs to just shut down a little bit, because you're always thinking.
Yeah.
And with the stressors, like outside the house or inside the house or just around the world, all this crazy stuff going on right now, your mind just needs to take a break. And that's what video games do. I used to do it like when I used to come home and spend some time with the family. Then I go hit the video games when my wife fell asleep or if she was doing her stuff, whatever, like that, just to get my mind, a break. And also too, I remember my mom just was talking to me like a few weeks ago, and she said, "You remember when I used to say, like, get off those video games when you're younger?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and it's kind of funny because now you can make money playing video games. You can, it's a career, and I was my last job, I did pretty good, right? But when it came to this, I was making more money than I did on my last job. And so this is like, I like this because it took off for me.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a success story for everyone.
Yeah.
It's just,
so that's the kind of the downside, I think, and the misconception for the youth is nowadays, you start reading through their papers and you used to hear that people want to be firefighters, cops, Marines, things of that nature. Now you hear streamer, famous, influencer, and it's like, wow, it takes a lot. I don't think people understand that, and you got to have a personality, and what catches, for you is one, you got a good personality to yourself. You can talk. Marines, veterans can talk. That's the other thing. You're a Marine. So there's a whole veteran community out there that likes the game, and you're in the games that you're playing. I mean, people are interested in as well. So I mean, there's a lot going for everybody. Not everybody has that, and it's like I see a lot of people out there really trying, and it does take a lot too with audio, visual, those things of that nature, because I've gone and gave other guys just starting off. I try to give people a little fair chance, and whether it's good or bad, I go in there, try to say, hey, what up, try to interact with them. And I know a lot of times that they're new because you can tell they're not really catching what you're saying and stuff. But still got to support the new guy all the time too, because we all start from somewhere, right? And and I mean, I think the biggest thing with doing any of this, because even for me, it's just being consistent and sticking with it, and whether you're at 0 or whether you're at 100, you got to keep that same tone, same be hyped all the same level. Whether it's good or bad. And like I said, I think a lot of it is just being consistent and not giving up. If you really truly want to do something, it's not something that typically happens overnight. And if it does for you, man, lucky you. But for the most of us, it takes time and you got to work on it. And it could be a couple of years, but hey, you got to do the work before you get there. And it makes you appreciate so much more, because I imagine you're starting to get to the level of like, wow, and it's everything's starting to feel like a blessing, and all the things are starting to, all your paths are starting to actually join together, and things are like, wow, starting to come through because you started a couple years ago and you just kept going, right?
Right. And you're correct. You're definitely correct. It could take 2 years. It could take 5 years. It's just how much you believe in your goal, how much you believe in your actual dreams and stuff. And the very first time it actually hit me was early last year of 2022. I have to look at the date. I'm like, damn, it's 2023 already. 2022. Yeah. It was March or April, somewhere around there, or May, somewhere around there. And I think April. And I got invited to the Hearst Mansion for the Rolling Stones and Meta creator event. And I was like, what the heck? And when I got there and walked in and checked in at the table with security and everything, I was like, wow. Looked around and I'm like, this is crazy. And then they put us on the bus, and a shuttle bus, and as you rolled in, there was security all around, and then we rolled through a stream of police officers and their dogs, guard dogs and stuff, and we rolled up and went on, more into the property, and then we got out, and there were security guards there, and we walked through, and they handed us a glass of champagne, and I was like, this is where they filmed, a couple scenes from The Godfather at. Right? And then too, like, holy sugar. And everybody was there from Mr. Beast. He was supposed to be there. I think he was there. And a few other people.
That guy is hitting it big, this guy.
Yeah. And huge. But I'm like looking around, I'm like, I follow that person. Holy crap. And I got that, I forgot what they call it, an imposter syndrome, where you can't accept, you feel like you don't belong there. And like, why am I here? And I was like that. And I just walked around the entire night. You had Anderson .Paak from that used to, was singing with Bruno Mars, and but he's there DJing, and I'm just like standing right next to him, like, holy crap, I could touch this guy, like literally. And, like seeing all this, and I was just like, wow, I can't believe this. And that's when I knew, like, wow, like all the stuff that I do throughout the years, the Marine Corps, all the trials and tribulations. And, I used to be an introvert, and then having to go to recruiting duty, that got me out of being an introvert. And, just all the stuff throughout the years, again, the build up and everything, the grind got me to that point to where it was just like, wow, I can't believe I'm standing here. This is something that, you see on TV, and that event was wow. It was just, I'm just telling you, it was like crazy. Especially you got Rolling Stones magazine and Meta together throwing an event. That's when it like really kicked in. And then ever since then, it's been really, really.
I see you're over 20K followers, man. I mean, that is impressive.
Oh, shoots. Yeah. Actually, 50K on Facebook.
Dang. Okay. See,
12.7 on TikTok. Only 3K on Instagram, and YouTube is. I went from 264 people on YouTube to 300 and just over 300 just in a week.
That's amazing, man.
And it's just posting shorts,
Yeah. Oh no, I know. Yeah,
but
I'm learning about the shorts. I'm learning about the shorts. I've gotten a lot of views on shorts.
Yeah, and just talking to you helped me out a little bit to like, okay, all right. I got,
good.
The wheel is turning. But again, what I was saying pretty much.
And trust me, hey, you're always welcome to text me or anything, man. I'm always here to help out. I mean, I'm learning myself too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I probably need help my dang self.
You're doing fine. But it's very humbling, though. It's very humbling. You got to stay
I imagine
humble.
Yeah.
And there's like my CCV concurrent views on Facebook right now is kind of low. It with the algorithm and stuff of Facebook, you got a constant roller coaster, especially I think with their layoffs and stuff like that. They kind of pull back a little bit. And so they get everything back together because everything did hit the industry. Like Microsoft had to lay a ton of people off too. But the algorithm with the CCV is like up and down. Right now, it's just like, okay. But you got to look at it that people are going to look at your content afterwards. Like, I used to there's been times when I had 2,000 people at one time watching your stream, and then you're so nervous. You're like,
I could imagine.
Yeah. So over time, like if that keeps, that kept happening and stuff like that, you get used to it. Because I remember when I used to get like 20 people in my stream, and I'm like, oh god, 20 people. Oh my, hun.
Do you find yourself checking numbers and stuff? Like how many people are watching me right now? You just kind of in your peripherals.
You try to not look at it.
But it's hard, I'm sure.
Treat it as if you got 0 people, or 1,000 people watching,
right?
And stuff like that. But it's hard to. I find myself looking up all the time, like, okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Something's happening here, but it's hard. You can't look at that because again, I get more views once my content is non-live. People will go back and watch the video, or the people that couldn't be there for the live, they'll watch the video and comment. So I have to engage with them afterwards, and I'm commenting on the side. That's another thing you do. You're always engaging with people because you'll get alerts coming in saying,
sure,
oh, so and so said so I got to go in there and engage with them, and it's just constant. It's busy. It's definitely busy.
I can imagine, man. Just because, you got so many screens, you got so many things going on at once.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the other thing. Are you, making sure that you follow up with people and stuff like that, or how do you Now I know you have like a separate group where you kind of invite people in and stuff like that, and they can interact with you and stuff like that. Is there other ways that they can kind of interact with you, I guess that's what I'm saying? Yeah,
there's people that always message me through the messenger that's on the page.
Right.
To ask a question, or if they comment on something like a video or a post that wasn't live, I get an alert for it. So a lot of times, if I'm like walking, I'm in a grocery store or whatever, and I'm like, answer back, texting back, message the messenger back. Because what happens is like on Facebook, they look for that. They want you to engage with the community. They want you to engage with other content creators and stuff. So the more you engage and everything, it's the better for you. They'll, you get more views and stuff like that. So so you'll see me constantly. Like my wife always says, like, why are you on your phone?
Yeah,
I'm working.
Yeah.
It's a write-off,
right? Yeah,
or something like that. But I'm like always, answering somebody, or
I get it, dude.
Somebody might ask me about how to stream or whatever. I don't mind getting up here and say, like, okay, this is what you need to do.
Yeah,
out, go to here, Google this, or
Right.
pass the information along.
Now, let me ask you, is there a specific time that you notice that you get more interaction? Have you got to that level where you're like, all right, I guess there's more people watching me around 5 p.m.,
Right.
Pacific Standard Time, whatever. Is there a specific time that you find that is a better time, and you actually have set times, or you kind of just, all right, I'm gonna go stream right now?
I try to have set times around 2 p.m. Pacific time, but lately, just with everything going on, I have been off of that a little bit for about an hour. You see me show up at 3 p.m. or like this week I was supposed to go to an event, and the event got canceled, so I showed up at 4 p.m. Instead of 2. But I try to keep that. I try to keep somewhat consistent and go live between 2 and 2:30 ish Pacific time.
Right.
Because if like the analytics and stuff, like when you look at it, I look at my analytics every day that Facebook provides me, and it'll tell me that like, hey, your people are more active between 3 p.m. and 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. somewhere in between there. All right. And so you try to go live during that time and have your stream going already during that time and stuff like that. So that's with me. For other people, if they look at their analytics, it may be a little bit different. When their community or audience is actually on and a particular day, where it's more high, that they may be on and stuff like that. So you kind of have to try to adjust. You need to set a schedule, but you have to kind of work that schedule into when your people are more active.
Yeah. Now, have you found that, like, what's probably your highest view count you've ever had?
Highest view count that I ever had, like, you mean like
at one point in time, yeah, like you're playing and you're like, oh my gosh, damn, I'm at 100
2,500.
Wow. Oh,
once.
Okay.
And then before that, it was like you had like 1,000 something, 700 something, 500.
Is there a trick for you to get into the whole algorithm and all that, or how does that end up working?
It constantly changes.
Yeah.
On Facebook, they're constantly doing changes on their side to the algorithm, where one day this may work for you, the other day it may not. Like right now, just last night, I only had 20 something. My top peak was 24 views, or 24 people at once watching.
That's still to me impressive. I mean, I know. Well, I guess once you start hitting a level, you're like,
yeah. But when you start seeing those big numbers and then it
drops, then your expectations like,
oh yeah. So and if you've been here long enough, you know that you have the experience. You know that it's a roller coaster.
Got to ride the wave, huh?
Sometimes. And they're doing certain things on their side too. And everything like that. So adjusting this and adjusting, different things. And then you also have to stream as if you have 1,000 people in there, because you will get people coming to look at your streams after their stream has ended.
Right.
And it's still out there. They will go out there and look. And if you go back, like at the end of the night, I might have had like all together 2,000, 3,000 viewers that came in.
Yeah.
A day or two later, you might see that 5K.
Right.
That's because people are coming through and looking at your stream and stuff like that. So if you're a streamer, the biggest thing is to keep it, keep the energy going and everything from the try to keep the energy going, because it's hard, especially for a few hours. Get the energy going, get people involved and stuff like that, because people will still look at your stuff, will be out there for people to look at, and you just kind of want to capture that attention, like especially in like the first 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah, for whether they stay or not.
Yep. Yeah.
And so, like a guy, do you know Stone Mountain?
Yes.
So, man, like, I mean, somebody like him, I see he has, subscribers. He's got to be around, I think, almost 500,000 subscribers or something ridiculous.
3 million.
Oh, then he's gone up even more. I mean, So the guy, now he's got to be in like a millionaire dang near doing gaming. I mean, I don't know if it's a millionaire, but I mean, he's probably making decent money now. And I mean, he's been doing this for years, and I know he's dedicated his life to it, and which at that level you do once it becomes your primary source of income,
Right.
But are you trying to get to like that kind of level? Or you're just like, are you like, hey, whatever comes my way, I'm going to take it? Did you envision yourself getting bigger when you started this, or were you just like kind of like casual, like I'll take what I get?
I was hoping I get bigger.
Yeah. Okay.
And I would love to grow even more. And you also got to understand this, like his situation, he's in a good spot. He's got a lot of different things going on and stuff like that.
Right.
And have he literally just, I think it was just last week, he went 3 million.
Oh my gosh, that's so impressive. I don't think people understand.
And you got to look at also.
Well, that's the followers. He has subscriptions too, which people pay $4.99 or something a month. And I know his subscribers is almost ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so like I said, I thought it was like around 500,000 because he has like a little counter on there, and I was just like,
the subscriber port. Yeah, I get the subscriber fees.
That's what I was talking about. And so I'm just like, that's where I'm like, when I start doing the math, and I know that he doesn't get the full $4.99. I know Facebook's gonna get their fair chunk, but still, that subscription, man, I was like doing the math in my head, how much money he's generating just as one individual for Facebook. No wonder.
You also got to look at it also too, like with that subscription, he's wow. But if you look at you got to also look at like when you look at not subscribers, but for the $4.99, but the followers, you can have 4 million followers, but 4 million followers isn't going to equal money. You can have 4 million followers and only get like
the follower part doesn't mean much. That's the subscriptions is what I was looking at. When I look at his subscriptions, I don't know. I mean, I watch another guy named Darkness. Darkness as well. He holds a pretty big number himself. I mean, I watch his view count. He's kind of been down, I think, because people are back at work. But I mean, when you went through those COVID times, man, that dude was sustaining in the 2,000 plus range. I mean, I think for streamers alone, that COVID time probably was good for a lot of them because a lot of people got bored, didn't have things to do. So I noticed that the viewer counts when I was even that's I think when I even started kind of watching gaming, to be honest with you. I even got into TikTok around that same time frame just because it was like starting to like, man, I'm getting bored as shit. Like I need something to do. So, but I think that it's so cool, man, how much gaming in general has grown, and it does give some people that opportunity and to fulfill their dream and do something they love. But I got to ask you, do you guys get bored too of kind of playing, or do you not really get bored? And how do you keep yourself from, kind of like losing that love for that game that you play over and over again?
Let me tell you this, Warzone, the regular Warzone, I lost the love for that baby 3 times. All right. And hey, just, so what I did is like off stream, I don't play Call of Duty. I stay away from it unless I'm like, I'm like looking at it like to change a weapon or two or whatever and try it out before I go on a stream. I don't play it off stream. There's a couple of my mods used to get me like, hey, Gunny, let's go play this off stream. Let's go play. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good.
Yeah.
So
it's like I do it for a living now.
Yeah. I play other games, like again, like that, like the Hogwarts. I play that off stream now, instead of on stream and everything like that. Star Wars games, I play that. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. All different types of games. That's why I play that just to get my mind off of Call of Duty. I don't have to play. In the beginning, it was very hard. I used to have dreams of playing Call of Duty. Now that kind of went away. That went away. That ended a long time ago. And then it was just like, I don't want to play this game. Then you get there, you get in the mood. And it's hard to keep the same mood during the game. Like yesterday, I was just really out of the mood just because of one of the, I don't know, I think you were there. One of the guys just kept asking questions, complaining about the game. And I am done. I'm mentally, I'm not here. And,
right. Yeah.
It was just like, dude, stop complaining. Jeez, play the game. We know there's issues, but let's just play the game,
Build the bridge to, get ready to build a solution, man.
Yeah, it just threw me off, and I was just not in the mood. But you gotta you try to. And plus, I gave up coffee for a little bit, because of GERDs and heartburn and stuff. So I had to give up the coffee. So
yeah, I live on Prilosec now because of that. Age sucks, man.
Yes. Like I feel it right now, and yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you. Yeah. I know this is gonna be just a quick off topic, but did you get the anthrax shots?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey, and so I read about the anthrax shots, and good old GERD is on the list.
Is it?
Oh. It is on the list, man. I'll tell you what. Now that you could go on and look stuff up, go look up the anthrax shots, man.
Yeah,
you might understand some things.
I got it
that
when
you may experience.
Yes. Now that you said that, because I never used to have heartburn and all this other stuff, and I forgot when they first started it. I got the first 3 shots or whatever. Then they stopped for a few years because of the whole controversy or whatever. And then I think it was right when I was getting ready to go to Iraq in 2006, they started it up again. So I got the last, I don't know, it was like 6 or 7 dosage. I got the last few of it. And I was like, I was one of those that got it the first time and everything. But now I have to go look.
Yeah, no, go. You're not going to like it. It's a long list.
Yeah.
And even I guess in some of the effects, man, weren't supposed to really hit you until about 20 years after. Yeah, so around that time frame, because me and one of my buddies started talking about it, and we experienced a lot of the same things, and we're like, and he was like, bro, go look up anthrax shots and go see all the things that come from it. I'm like, no shit, dude. Yeah, there's side effects.
Yeah, I definitely got to look because I bet I'm on that list.
Yes, and I guess, like I said, you can even go to the VA about it because it has created many issues and it's documented. But anyways, back on to gaming. But back to gaming because that's where it's at. Now, I mean, you got to the level, man, where you're pretty popular where like you can't play with the average person anymore. You basically gotta, make it to where it's subscribers and stuff like that. Cause you gotta make it where there's a special part for the subscriber, right? Not like that's the benefit. One of the big benefits. And you get to go play with Marine 1169 and his squad. If, it looks like a lot of fun. I know a lot of times I'm like, man, I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I really want to jump on with these guys. But I know how it works. You know what I mean? So you could trust me. You could jump on. So a lot of times I'll go like, hey, just jump in here. Come on, let's go. Hey, don't worry. I can help you guys get some dubs, man.
Trust me.
I do like playing a lot of Resurgence though. I do. The Resurgence is fun because I love that. Keep coming back. We're fighting for this spot. We got to team eliminate these fools. This is our house, right?
Yes. I love it too because you could get so much content from that.
That's man,
doing Rebirth. Oh man,
and that's what people want. They want the constant action. You know what I mean? That's like I used to play PUBG. I don't know if you ever played PUBG.
Yeah,
PUBG is a great one. It was my go-to game for a long time. But then it just like the loot for 10, 15 minutes, meet up with your first squad, get smoked, and you got to watch your buddies hopefully not get smoked. And if they keep going, you're just sitting there like, like, hey, let me go use the restroom real quick, just like that. But Resurgence, man, you die, you get right back into the game within 26 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever it is. And I don't know, man. I just love that. Just constant going. And don't get me wrong, I like the battle royale, and I do like playing DMZ mode. But those AI, I don't know if you've played any DMZ. Those AI are no joke on there, man.
Yes.
They'll be shooting you through the freaking walls and everything. You'd be like trying to jump behind the wall and you're still getting tapped.
Yeah.
You know,
and they see you like that. I used to say, like, man, these AIs have hacks on. What the heck?
Yeah, I was sitting here in a building, like behind a window with my sniper. All of a sudden, dude just starts boom, boom. I'm just like, whoa. I didn't even see him.
Yep, throwing flashes at you, smoke, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Man, you don't ever want to walk by yourself. I mean, the thing that's kind of what's cool about the DMZ is it makes you have to squad up. And I don't like playing DMZ with a whole bunch of randos and guys that don't got comms. So I kind of wait till I get some dudes that I like play with, and then we'll go run some DMZ because, man, there's nothing like playing with a whole bunch of guys that don't got mics or you don't understand what they're saying, or they're little kids just like screaming on the mic.
Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh man,
it's a great time.
Able to join. This is like especially like on a Friday or something like that. Come on in. I'll pull you in. Trust me. It's like it's networking. Hey, come on in. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, just let me know, man. I'll say hello, and I don't like to impede. I don't want to mess your program up. You know what I mean? So I respect it. I know what you're trying to do, trying to build. And if I do get on with you, I know I gotta, probably watch my mouth and stuff like that. Right? Like,
I'll give you a safety brief.
Yeah, because I'm gonna need it, man. I mean, I might need a little beep. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I watch what I say. I love playing though, man. So anytime you guys need one, and it's not going messing up your program, I'd love to do it.
Yep. And like on Fridays, I wanted to do like what we used to do in regular Warzone, is have open lobbies for everybody. Just come in. Only thing you got to do is be respectful. I used to tell people no, because I'm all about no political stuff in there.
Right. Yeah.
Be respectful, no derogatory words towards anybody. Just no, just not even talk about religion or anything. Just come in and have fun. You know, and everybody, and it got to a point where, you could fill the lobby up. It was like, we would wait for a little bit for.
Are you talking about the custom games that you can do? Yeah.
Or like BR, and it was Rebirth, and we had towards the end or towards the last game we had so many people in there. There was no room for it. We had over 40 something people playing, and we couldn't get. People were waiting just to get in, and I was like, "Wow, this is crazy!" And
you guys are gonna have to start doing the whole provide a code, man.
They shut it down. They turned the customs off on Warzone because Warzone 2 was coming out. So we were like, no, it just got good. We just started getting really popular with this, and then now they have it, but you have to have 50 people minimum just to start, and it's hard to get 50 people minimum.
Dang.
I tried it last Friday, and it was just like,
I
went here for an hour, and I was like, nah, hey, I got to cancel it. We got to get some gaming going on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try it again this Friday. I need to be
man, throw it out there. I'll try to jump on there for sure.
Pushing it out. I need to be pushing the word out today.
Yeah, man. I tell you, marketing. That's what I find is so important when you're doing any of this stuff and being relevant constantly. You have to be relevant, man. Yes. Keep putting that content out there and putting all them shorts. I've been finding out that's kind of the thing. You got to really work on them shorts because people are so quick with everything, man. They just want to see a clip bit of it, They don't necessarily want to watch your whole 45 minutes of content,
Yeah. Exactly.
But
hell yeah.
But hey, man, I don't want to keep you much longer. I know you're a busy man. We could probably talk all day. I wouldn't mind actually having you on at another time. Yeah. We could probably talk again. I absolutely love talking with you. Like I told you, I think you and I could be total good buddies right off this and hang out sometime. We're actually same state, so
Yep.
I think at some point in time, man, we should meet up, man.
Definitely.
Do some lunch or something like that.
If you still
You know what I
beer,
mean?
you know,
Yeah.
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 Oh,
Oh, yeah. All right, brother. Well, hey, guys, this is Marine 1169. If you guys haven't checked him out on Facebook Gaming, go check him out. Go subscribe to him, like all that stuff, share it out. He's a great guy, Marine veteran. Thank you so much, man.
Hey, thank you very much. Hoorah.
Right. See you, brother.
Same here.